Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Monday, July 21st, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. Big picture, we'll start with having settled a month ago above the 149.87 one-year channel top. We have been anticipating as a 2 to 3 month objective or sooner. We'd mentioned how it could be within 3 to 5 weeks, 176.78, which is a nearly 2-year channel top that can contain buying on a monthly, possibly quarterly basis. And from 176.78, we can fall back to the 149.87 formation within several months of testing 176.78. Now, 176.78, that is there's a 1% zone before it and after it. The 1% zone before 176.78, 175.02 represents the area where, those who've been holding a long position may consider beginning scaling out because you don't always test the exact line study. We're not the only ones, and I'm talking about viewers of the NVIDIA report, looking at 176.78 as an important level. Channel structure are used very often with institutional trading firms, portfolio managers, etc. And so this is the beginning of a zone where resting offers, resting sell orders exist prior to 176.78. 175.02 is the beginning. Now, we came very close to testing that 1% zone last week. 174.25 was the high. I believe was the high. I know 174.37 was your 1%. We came within, 12 ticks of reaching it, and we backed away ever so modestly into Friday. In fact, let's jump to the day itself, and I can show, what chart do I really want to show? I want to show this one. Yes, I think we put out a new high by a bit. Maybe it was Thursday's, I'm not sure. Sorry about that. 171.54 is a soft intraday pivot point, above which that 176.78 channel top on the weekly chart remains in reach today. But if we happen to break or open perhaps below 171.54, we have selling pressures that should build. And I don't think 165.68 is in reach today. These minor points on the way down are all carefully chosen, but I will say that if we close today below 171.54, we should, within a couple of days, Wednesday, Thursday at the latest, 165.68 in reach. 165.68 I've reduced to a session containment level only because while we haven't pushed into the 1% zone of this long-term resistance, we've come pretty darn close. And I'm going to say it's a near miss. We've almost tested it, and therefore I do think selling pressures could begin to develop now. I don't see a sign of that, but I think our earliest sign would be violating 171.54. If we close below 171.54 today, we probably have a good high for the week. 165.68 then likely within 2 to 3 days, by which point we could bottom out not only on a daily basis, but possibly, quite possibly, through the rest of the week. That 165.68 formation able to contain selling on a daily basis. This is, after all, kind of a 3-4 week channel bottom. And under other circumstances, I would call this a 3-star support. But because we've come so close to reaching our objective, and it is much longer term in scope than the 165.68, I just want to keep it light down here. But I don't want to dissuade 3 to 5 day or 1 to 2 week swing traders from going long at 165.68 because we can round back up into the mid 170s again within a week or two of testing 165.68.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and NVIDIA, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
As I've been saying, once we test 176.78, and all we have to do this week is test 175.02, we came very close to reaching that 1% threshold last week. So I'm kind of chopping at the bit, so to speak, to kind of mention that 149.87 now in reach over the next 2 to 3 months. I'm reluctant to go there aggressively yet until we actually test 176.78 or we push into the 1% zone of 175.02. But I will say that if we do happen to close over the next 3 to 5 days below 165.68, it is beginning to look like a good high into August. The following, 2 to 3 weeks or so, likely to then test 159.16. 159.16 is the lowest point that we have printed on the support resistance today, but it becomes, a 3 to 5 day, 1 to 2 week target if we close below the 165.68 area. 159.16 is itself a 2-month channel bottom that could contain selling into August trade, and from here we can round up into the mid 170s again within 3 to 5 weeks. But, I do like to play the big picture. I do like to at least present it. And once again, we came very close to reaching our objective last week. We didn't test it outright. 175.02 would do the trick. If we test 175.02 over the next few days, just know that those of you who hold positions 3 to 5 weeks out to 2 to 3 months can play the short side into the upper 140s. I'm just reluctant to go there yet. I will say the closing below 165.68 does present 159.16. It is very stair-step on the way down. And if we were to close below 159.16, that is another 1 to 2 week sell signal into the upper 140s. If you're looking for long-term support right now, it is 149.87 on the weekly chart, backed up by this channel bottom at 149.21 that can absorb selling into September, through September, and from here we can round up again into later year. We could trade inside of this zone for the next few months. Let's cover the upside. I don't see it today, but if later in the week we close 1% above 176.78, then we enter a new secondary long-term buy signal. That would be 178.55 Friday settlement, 186.39, then likely within a week or so. But over the next 3 to 5 months, probably 2 to 3 months, we would see 219.64 as our next objective if we close Friday at 178.55 or higher. 219.64 is the full swing. It's just a targeting mechanism. There's no real inherent resistance here, but we can pause here. We can tap out for a spell for a week, maybe a month on the way up. So 219.64, our next 2 to 3 month objective if we close Friday at 178.55 or higher. Until then, for those of you who have been long over the last 3 to 5 weeks, over the last 3 to 5 days, please respect 176.78 as a significant price ceiling that may well contain buying through the rest of the year. I think that pretty much rounds it out. Please click like, share, subscribe. Go to wickedstocks.com. Take advantage of our 5-day free trial. We offer daily SPY, daily triple Q analysis. We also have 2 stock picks a week that we present typically on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We are carefully choosing those stock picks, always looking for at least a 20% gain on that stock. If we don't see that potential, we don't present. And we present to you all the specifics, what are the conditions necessary for the buy signal, and then we continue to support you through the trade as we continue in the weeks following where the moving target is, where the stop loss might be, where does the signal fail. We present it all. So check out wickedstocks.com, take advantage of the 5-day free trial, and you will see it all through the rest of the week. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, with Tuesday's NVIDIA report. You have a great day.